started having a fever and the cough that wouldn't go away, and he was having all these symptoms, and the doctor just kept sending him back and saying, you got real bad allergies and this and that, and we knew something was up, something wasn't right. And we couldn't help him get rid of this fever, and it was getting up to 103, 104. It was really scary. And pretty soon we said, something's really wrong. And so we took him to the emergency room, and that's where it all started. And as soon as he got in there, the ER doctor said, "Oh my gosh, you're jaundiced and you're swollen, and I want to do multiple tests, so we're going to admit you." And so they tried to keep his fever down, although it was getting up to like 105 at times, and it was just so, it was heartbreaking. And I would sit next to my dad, and it was scary, and he doesn't remember any of this, and he was delirious, and the fever just, it was an awful thing to see. So basically they did many tests, CAT scans, liver biopsy, bone marrow biopsy, spinal taps, everything that you can think of, chest x-rays, everything. And it felt like forever. And they came in and they said, you have cancer. And they even went so far as to have a disease doctor come in to see if he had come down with some crazy bacterial or some kind of disease. And it was really scary, and the whole time my dad was literally just dying, like slipping away right in front of our eyes, just wasting away. And he had a very bloated belly from his liver being enlarged because it was failing, and the rest of his body was emaciated from his arms up, and you could tell that he was very emaciated. And then his kidneys were failing, and that, for any of you that have seen someone that is having kidney failure, and liver failure, your legs blow up like elephant trunks, and your body is unable to get rid of water. So, I mean, it was just a fight against time, and it was a really, really hard time. And what it came down to was an oncologist coming in and saying, "Look, you need to be on chemotherapy immediately if you want a chance. And it's very risky, and this chemotherapy could kill you because you're in such a fragile state. But if you do nothing, you're going to die." And she was just absolutely blunt, and it was very hard to hear. And thank God there was this new drug that came out at that time, and it was called Rituxan, and it comes in a little red bag. And they immediately started him on a combination of chemotherapy drugs and included the Rituxan. And oh my gosh, I could do another video on Rituxan alone, but it was a long, painful process of chemotherapy, watching someone that's literally on their deathbed get even sicker. And I just thought, at any point that we were going to lose him. And it was awful. And it's amazing that he survived with, every one of his organs was failing. Every single one. It was like his body was just shutting down. And I can just say it was a miracle that he very slowly came back. And for any of you who are dealing with lymphoma, or have someone that is battling lymphoma, I so feel your pain. I completely understand what you're going through, and it is so hard. And I my prayers are with you, and of course I will come through on any prayer requests that anybody leaves for me. And I just wanted to put myself out there. And lymphoma, leukemia, they're very fast spreading cancers, and it just feels like someone can just be taken away from you and so fast. And I'm so glad that my dad didn't die, because it was so sudden that I didn't have a chance to even cope with what was going on or even say goodbye if it would have gone down that road. So for anybody that's going through it right now, I completely feel for you.